I don't know whether congratulations are in order dahil you were gunning for the Senate presidency. Pero how do you feel about this kay yung minority leader ulit?
Well, actually, my colleagues were the one gunning for the Senate presidency for me. Ako naman sabi ko sa kanila, tatanggapin ko if we get the 13 votes. Hindi naman ako yung nagtatawag or kumakausap sa mga kasama namin. Hindi naman. So, okay lang. It's always part of the Senate leadership. It's nothing new to me, whether you make it or not. Sometimes yung mga pinagtatalunan namin, mga committee chairmanships, ganun eh. Pero you roll with the punches, like, so to speak.
Okay. Pag-usapan natin dito sa nitong draft resolution na pinapaikot daw. Pumirma na po ba kayo dito and ano ba talaga yung gusto mangyari ng resolution na ito sa impeachment?
It's not exactly saying that we should push through with the impeachment trial. The draft resolution initiated by Senator Francis Pangilinan, Senator Rizal Ontiveros, and Senator Bam Aquino, which I signed. Yes, I did agree with it. Is yung retroactive effect nitong Supreme Court decision. Kasi lumalabas dito sa sinasabi nila dito yung it was regarding the fairness of the fairness principle and the doctrine of operative facts in judicial proceedings. Like for example, itong sinasabi ngayon na yung proseso ay dapat dumaan sa process nung option 1 and option 2 doon sa konstitusyon. Ngayon yung sinasabi yan, samantalang nung panahon nung in-impeach si ERAP, walang ganun. Mm-hmm. Sa prayer na finorward ni Senator Villar yung sa prayer ng opening niya, finorward yung
articles of impeachment.
Pagdating sa kay Justice Corona, it was 1/3 na nakapirma. Mm-hmm. And it was forwarded kahit na nag-hearing pa yung Committee on Justice. So it was the third option that was used. And in this case, it is the third option. Sa nakita namin. So, pag sinabi mo ngayon na hindi yan dapat at may bagong decision ng Supreme Court, may bago silang interpretasyon ng konstitusyon na parang ina-amenda nila yung konstitusyon. Ano ba ibig sabihin natin yan? Pag hindi pwedeng retroactive eh. Ba't ko sinasabing hindi pwedeng retroactive? Kasi ipinipilit nila na hindi pa raw nag-convene yung impeachment court. Nag-convene na eh. Bago nag-decision ng Supreme Court eh. February 5, pin-transmit yung articles of impeachment. Pagdating ng June 3, nag-convene sila sa impeachment court. Nagpadala ng mga summons. Naka-robe nga sila, naalala mo?
Yeah.
Nag-convene sila ng robe. Nagdebate sila ron. May mga motions sila at may mga pinag-usapan silang remand and all. Anong tawag mo doon? Paano ngayong sasabihin mo na kailangan retroactive to? Hindi pwede. Kung retroactive to, paano? So, hindi dapat natanggal si ERAP. Dahil mali pala. Si Justice Corona, not guilty pala. Kawawa naman yung tao, patay na.
Pero sir,
I'm not in favor of, let's say, going to impeachment or not going to impeachment. I'm just looking at the facts and I want the Constitution followed. I'm following the thinking na, teka muna, maayos ba ang interpretasyon ng Supreme Court or ng Constitution ng Supreme Court? Yun ang point ko. Kaya ako sumama dito sa resolution nito. Christian?
So, linawin ko lang po yung gusto mangyari na resolution. So, irerespeto yung Supreme Court decision pero magte-take effect siya prospectively. Hindi dito sa kasalukuyang impeachment case.
Correct. Ganon ang sinasabi nitong itong resolution na to na sinasangayunan ko.
So in effect, gusto nyo matuloy yung proseso? Dahil nasimulan na naman Hindi po ba?
Oo, dapat kasi. Meron kasing mga tinatawag na flaws sa nakita namin. Kasi pinag-uusapan namin to and I don't know if you were already told that in a caucus, the Senate decided that August 6, we will allow someone who is willing to do it, who wants to do it, to file a motion regarding this particular articles of impeachment and the Supreme Court based on the Supreme Court decision. So, pinag-aaralan na namin to. Ako, pinag-aaralan ko na. Binabasa ko na yung 187 pages ng Supreme Court. At medyo meron akong medyo hindi ako nagustuhan doon sa decision na sinasabi ni Justice Leonen. Meron siyang particularly sinabi niya na the 3 complaints were archived because of the adjournment of the 19th Congress. Mukhang unfamiliar si Justice Leonen sa rules ng Kongreso, which is found in the Constitution. Gusto ba niya amendahin din to? Kasi what I'm saying is this: there was no adjournment sine die. So if there is no adjournment sine die of the 19th Congress, when we adjourned for a break in February 5, there was no archive. Wala naman na archive doon sa House, walang na-archive. Kung may na-archive yan, isipin mo, pag nag-break kami ng September, archive na lahat na nakapending.
Yeah.
O ang ibig sabihin niya, pagdating ng December break, archive na lahat, mag-pre-refile ka na manibago. Walang na-archive noong February 5. So, apparently, he's not familiar with the rules of Congress, which is not, when they are never archived. Anything that has been filed and been discussed are never archived until adjournment sine die, which comes the death of the Congress, the death of the 19th Congress, which was practically June 13 of 2025.
Opo, tsaka
issue na yun mo. Hindi ba? Ay, dapat pag-usapan namin to.
Hindi, tsaka hindi po ba yung yung third mode of impeachment na nagawa siya bago bago natapos yung session on Feb 5 at na-transmit sa Senado, hindi po ba?
Yes, exactly, because as a matter of fact, 4:15 p.m. natanggap ng office ni Senator Escudero o the Senate President then yung articles of impeachment. Nag-adjourn sila no, alas 7 pa ng gabi. As a matter of sa tingin ko, dapat nun tinake up nila pinag-usapan nila even just for the record to refer it to the Committee on Rules. But they did it in June 3. O wala pa naman Supreme Court noong June 3. That's why nag-convince sila. Yung 3 complaints na sinasabi ni Justice Leonen na na-archive was done dahil hindi na pag-uusapan yung 1, 2, 3 complaints, nilagay nila sa archive February 6. But it does not archive anything even before the adjournment. Yun ang maliwanag. And we hold the records to that. Kaya sabi ko nga, mukhang he's unfamiliar with the rules of Congress.
Okay. Ano po ba nakikita yung implications nitong Supreme Court ruling kung hindi mabago at sundin ng inyong mga kasama sa Senado, majority of the Senate? Ano magiging epekto niya sa Senado as an institution, as an impeachment court?
Sa bansa, ang tingin ko, ang implikasyon nito sa bansa, wala na tayo may impeach. Hindi na natin sila may impeach pag nagkamali sila, yung mga justices o yung presidente, vice-presidente, ombudsman, kung sino man yung dapat, yung mga COMELEC members. Wala na tayo pwedeng ma-impeach. Doon sa sinasabi niyan, pag sinunod natin to. Saksakan na ng hirap mag-impeach. Susundin mo yung 1 and 2, pag may sinabi doon na hindi due process, wala na due process. We'll get the chance to explain all this in plenary. At pinaghahandaan ko ito So makikita nyo na hihirap na. Kasi itong Supreme Court decision na to practically removes option 3, which was done. 1/3 nakapirma Mahigit 1/3 yung nakapirma Yun na sinasabi ng Konstitusyon Aba, hindi na magagamit yan. Ang ibig sabihin niyan mahihirapan na tayo. Ito, bigyan kita example. Pagpalagay mo si Ombudsman gustong i-impeach. Ako ngayon, may magpa-file ng impeachment. Bago mag-file itong impeachment ako, Congressman, kaibigan ko si Ombudsman, magpa-file na rin ako ng impeachment muna. Yung walang kakwenta-kwentang impeachment. O bali wala na yung pangalawa mong impeachment. Dahil nauna ako Ganun yun ang effect nito
Ito nga yung unang pinirevent na, diba, ng previous Supreme Court decisions po
Sorry?
Di ba ito nga precisely yung pinirevent ng previous Supreme Court decisions? Yung magka-file ka ng bogus complaint para lang ma-activate yung 1-year bar.
Correct.
Di ba?
Correct. Oo, at saka kaya merong isa kasing hindi, again, I don't know kung sino sa kanila ang hindi nakakaalam nun. Siguro naman, mga constitutionalist ka naman siguro bago ka na-appoint sa Supreme Court. Yung 1/3, yung number 3 option, yung third option, kaya nilagay yun, kung pag binasa mo yung Constitution, yung mga records o journal nung 1987 Constitution, nung ginagawa yan, pinopose ni Christian Monsudian nung araw, is para madali, para mabilis. Kung nagluloko yung Vice Presidente o nagluloko yung Ombudsman, 1/3 lang na nakapirmang congressman, pwede mo nang isubmit yung articles of impeachment. Madaliin mo. Bakit? Makakaperwisyo pa sa bansa. O pagpalagay mo, example lang ha, baka yung mga medyo hindi maganda ang tubo ng dila dyan, sasabihin, ibang sinasabi ko ha. Pagpalagay mo yung presidente, nakipag-deal sa China, nakikipag-deal sa China ngayon, ibebenta ka sa China, paano gagawin ninyo? Di ba? Impeach yung agad. Kaya binilisan yan. Di tanongin nila yung mga author sa old Constitution, sila Ascuna, sila Bunsod. Kaya inilagay yung 1/3 na yon para hindi na makaperwisyo itong impeachable officer na ito, kaya kailangan mabilis ang articles of impeachment. That's the reason the third option is there. Now, this Supreme Court decision, based on my readings, mabubura na yun. Doon na lang sa 1-2 options, which is very difficult and very easy to dismantle.